Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Football 2019. We're into episode number 13. And super excited here. No, not really. Just glad to get to the end of the season, to be honest with you. It has been a rough one. We're 1-10 with one game left against undefeated top 10 program in the Fresno State Bulldogs. So we are ready to get slaughtered one final time this season. However, it's all coming down to the recruiting as we try to build a program from the ground up. And the reality is we finally hit that bottom mark after an okay start last season. We have a bye week. It's week 12, so I'm going to go straight into that, and we are going to play ourselves through this bye week as my recruiting assignments are done and ready to go. And we'll see if we can't grab a few more players this week out, as we are a bit short with just 4 signed so far. And the list just about doubled there as we head into this next week. Week 13, here we go. Recruiting summary. Roman Free, punter, signed. Andre Garcia, cornerback, 3-star guy, signed. And Franklin East, the tackle, is signed. That's 3 more players. I also lost 3 more players. Glenn Nix, 3-star defensive end. Michael Decker, 3-star wide receiver. And our other punter, Cornell, are all out. So we're going to have to do some evaluation of where we're at, looking things over. But that is a punter signed. That is a cornerback signed. I'm done with those 2 positions. And that is our second of 2 tackles that we needed to have signed. So the list is getting a little bit shorter. East, Garcia, Free, all signed. Now we've got some scouting reports to look at here. Clark, 3-star linebacker, average potential. No other teams currently pursuing him. Ham. Okay, so both of these guys are actually... Yeah, they're average. So we might end up going after both, especially after losing some other players. Wide receiver. Let's see. Pittman, about average. Likely to sign with us. Again, nobody else going after him. So we're kind of sneaking under the radar to find these 3-star recruits late on that are not being recruited by others. And this is really good for us. Okay, he's about average as well. And we've got a chance at all 4 of these 3-star recruits. Trainer report. A little bit of improvement there. Team performance. Yes, I know. We're so sad. We are not going to win this last one either. Let's go ahead and delete all so we've got this cleared up. Alright, well, that makes 7 and counting. And we already have double the 3-star recruits we had from a year ago. We also have 3 scholarships now available, more recruiting points, scouting points available. But we need a bit of an evaluation. Alright. Oh, we've got our quarterback. Running back, I need to sign 1. Hennessy, now at an 89, still undecided. Yeah, we've got a decent chance at Hobson, who we're not even offering, actually. I may come back and offer to him. Scouting report. Do I have the complete? No, we do not. Run blocking is terrible. Pass blocking is exceptional. Hands are remarkable. He's got acceptable speed, great intelligence. It's certainly good for us. Doesn't look like he's going to be amazing. He is very, very competitive, though. Good sportsmanship. Okay, let's make sure we spend enough to finish. I think 5 is probably going to be enough to finish, but 9 will definitely get us there. Ness. This is one where we can spend 5. Neither of those guys have an offer in right now. Okay, we are not looking after a fullback, so tight end. I've already signed our guy. Barrett here. Recruited by Oregon. Interest is low, but they probably haven't offered him at this point, so we might still have a chance. Wouldn't hurt to have 2 3-star tight ends. Okay, this is huge for us because this is it. We just started recruiting both of these guys, and that's all we've got going. Average potential is something. Gary Broom. Tackle, we finally got our guys. Did have to drop down to 2 stars to get them, but at least we got them. Casillas, good chance there. No positions are without right now. That's really important. Okay, so here we are for the punting side of things. So we got our guy in Roman Free. That was the one I really wanted. We just lost Cornell. Dietrich. Do I have... I have no idea what we're going to get out of this guy. Kick distance. Unique? What is unique? Bad? We don't have an offer in, and we could take those points back. We don't need to sign him. We got Roman Free. That was the one we wanted. Okay, got our kicker in Clark. Didn't go after any defensive tackles. Defensive end. Now, I just lost a guy here. All I have left is William Hare. That's 1, but I do need 2. So there's something to go after, is another defensive end with one of those scholarships. Okay, Bus is out. Got a decent chance on both of these guys. Cormier wasn't looking good. I'm going to offer here. There's 1. And we're going to up both of these guys. Average potential isn't great, but with Cormier unlikely to sign, that'll really increase our chances getting 1 or 2 of these guys. We've already got our corner, so we're done there. I don't have an offer into Villarreal. I have no idea what... Well, let's see here. What's his current? His intelligence is great, and he's got remarkable speed. That's it, though. Let's go ahead and save those points. We're done at the cornerback position now with Garcia. Didn't go after any strong safeties. And finally, free safety, Escobar. Looking likely we'll get him. Okay, so I need a defensive end. That's the big one. Maybe we'll go after a second guard. I don't know. Or a strong safety. For the other one, just as an extra. So let's go back to both. What we need is a defensive end. Uncommitted guys. Let's go by distance, see who's close. That's only a 2-star guy. Let's see if we can't find a 3-star. Let's see if we can't find a 3-star. Come on. 3 stars. There you go. Bruno. Not being recruited. California kid, that's... yeah, we'll go for him. Okay, schedule interview. Spend 20 points. Offer a scholarship. Spend 10 points. And there you go. We'll get all we can on him. As that was the only 3-star guy available. We go for it. And let's see. Final one is going to be something or another. What do I want? Let's go back to guard. Let's rein this one in a little bit. 3 guys, close range, all California. Who's the higher rank? They're pretty close to each other, actually. Okay, go with Dickerson for his size. Schedule. Offer 10. Actually leaves me with 3 points. So let's see, where are we recruiting? Do I have anyone that we could add 3 points to? Like Dobson. Okay. And the only other one we're still looking at here is Ness. So we'll add 1 point there. And with 35 points left, we might as well just put it into these guys. Alright, so we head back out. We're going to start with play game. Oh, I guess my battery died. I noticed it. I forgot to grab one before starting the video. Okay. Kicking off might not be the best way to go, actually, as it gives them a good chance to start off with a quick 7-0 lead. But a stop here could build a little momentum for the team. And as my offense has been the biggest weakness, and not necessarily the defense, we'll give them a shot. By the way, Fresno has finally lost a game, so they are coming off of a loss. So they pick up 8 yards on first down, but then the 5-yard penalty is going to drop them back to 2nd and 7. Incomplete pass there. Looks like it might have been behind the guy. And on 3rd down, they're going to run right up the middle, and they're only going to get 2 yards, and there you go, 3 and out. They would have had the first if not for the penalty, so thank you. No return on that one. 57-yard punt. Wow. That's insane that they were able to get that much. Maybe it went out of bounds. I don't know. Gary on first down gets 2 yards. He's going to get the ball again on second, and he's going nowhere. It's 3rd and 7 on our opening drive. And that's not even the throwing. We drop on third. We've got some time, but he held it way too long. Mills sacked. And we have negative yardage after our first drive. And it's a short punt, too. We don't even get to midfield. Just 31 yards on that punt. Cody tries to run it back, but he ends up losing 2 yards on it. Screen. Oof. Boy, that sure looked like a block on the pass. No call. Pitch to the right. Fullback. 2 yards. 3rd and 8. Can we get a stop here? They're going to drop back in the pocket. Throwing over the top. Catch is not made. It's dropped again. 4th and 8. Boy, we got lucky there. And they're going to punt here. .39-yard punt. Downed at the 4-yard line. Please no safety. We drop back to pass on first down. We dump it over the middle with white jerseys everywhere. Lucky that that ball fell incomplete because there were more bodies than there was turf in that area. Hoffman's going to run that for 2 yards, and it's 3rd down and 8 on our second drive here. We got the option left. The pitch perfectly timed gives us some room to run, and we've got the first down of the game. We might get slaughtered here today by Fresno State. However, we've got one small victory. The first down, even after 2 Fresno State possessions already. And there's our second first down after a nice little penalty there from Fresno State. Gave us 1st and 5, and Leal's going to get 8 yards. So our running game's starting to go well. Wide open. Dropped pass by Falcon. Oh boy. Third and 7 here. Gary gets 3 yards. He's not getting much on his carries. It's others. Oof, option right. I think he faked the pitch, and what a run here by Mills. He's still going to the 40, to the 35, the 30. They're still chasing him. Into the red zone, the 15, the 10. Down inside the 10. 56-yard run by Mills on that option right. It looks like they were about to take him down, and he's about to pitch the ball. But I think he faked it, and they went for the running back, and off Mills goes. And on the next play, 1st and goal, Hoffman, the fullback, on the drop play, gets 6 yards, and we lead 7-0. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. It's not going to last. They are going to slaughter us, but we got a score today. What a difference having Mills at quarterback makes. Wow, big return there. Past the 40. Good thing we're not going to kick off very often. In fact, that could be the last kickoff of the game. Because Fresno State could absolutely score, as they are a much better team than we are, clearly. First down there. Fresno State finally starting to move the ball on the counter left. Dropped pass here on first down. Short dump over the middle, but it's caught. And it looks like it's enough. No, 2nd and 1. Inches short of the first down. Short field position, though. Option left. Quarterback's going to hang on to this one. It gets enough. It's a short gain, but it is enough for the first. In the pocket, dropping back. Wide receiver. Coming back off of his man and going out to the outside. Gets the pass and is able to turn and run for 20 yards. Inside the red zone for the first time for Fresno State. And that one is dropped. 2nd and 10. Short gain there. 3rd and 10. Can we get another stop? Can we hold them to a field goal here? They're going to drop back for the pass. This one's complete over the top. He's got the first down. But luckily not more. It's 1st and goal, though, at the 6. They're going to run. Short gain, couple yards. 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeper, and it looks like he might be in. He is. And it should level the score here if they make the extra point. Alan O'Brien on that quarterback keeper, and the score is level at 7. Now, I fully expect we're going to get blown out here. We've got a lot of recruiting left to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it. We got to see a little bit of action, and it was nice to see that the team got a little bit done there. But in the end, it is an absolute blowout. We go down 58-17, 21 points by Fresno State in the 4th quarter alone. That was enough to beat us for the entire game. Box score, headlines were all them. 13 first downs, better than a lot of games. And of course, as soon as I hit CPU finish, it was going to switch off Mills. 13 of 30 in the end, which is just terrible. Four yards per rush. That's decent. Well, just 3 penalties is decent. 2 turnovers, though. Both interceptions. And, Mills stayed on. Oh, wow. Okay, so Mills, this is his career worst. But, of course, we were playing the top team in the conference. That being said, his numbers really didn't look any worse than his counterpart, who was doing that against teams with 1 or 2 wins themselves, let alone a capable team like the Bulldogs. Gary, 19 carries, 64 yards. Leal, couple fewer and 1 more yard. Mills, 7 attempts himself, 49 yards. Of course, that 56-yarder was virtually all of those yards. Remember that in college, quarterbacks, sacks do count as runs. Kelly, 3 catches, just 10 yards. Fellows, 2, and for 51, he had a 48-yarder, so that was huge. Too bad we couldn't do anything else with it. Falcon, just 2 catches. Conger, just 2 catches. McGill, Leal, just 1 apiece. So really, really poorly done by the receiving corps. And again, I wish drops would show up. We did have 1 field goal, and it was an awfully long one from Rodriguez. Turney picked it up after that really poor first punt. And on the defensive end, Kay Allen, 15 tackles, plus pass deflection. We had just a few pass deflections, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, so a quiet day there as Fresno State protected the ball well. Carr had 9 tackles. We had just 1 sack, and it was Means. He also had a tackle for a loss. It's just those few penalties. A couple of them were big, so those kind of hurt. 2 of those were receivers. That really hurts. Humphrey, 6 pancakes. Hudo, always up there for us, had 4 in this game, but overall as a team, that's not a lot. But only a couple sacks allowed, and one of those was in that first quarter. So, all in all, the line did a decent job. The receiving corps was really poor, though. And, of course, defense just can't match up with a team like Fresno State. Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish off the week. That was our final game of the season, so our final record, 1-11, but there are a bunch of bye weeks left, and we've got this recruiting class to finish filling out. Player injury, Hoffman, not a big deal, except for that he's out for a long time. We had 1 more recruit, center, Casillas, Roger Casillas, 3-star guy. That's one we've been recruiting all season long. So that is one of the bigger recruits on our list. And nobody was lost, so that's a good sign. Okay, so Dickerson, really good potential. Good potential for Bruno, defensive end. Okay, Ness, who's been on that list. Really good potential. Okay. I wonder if I do want to give him an offer then if he has really good potential. What about Dobson? Only about average. So do we want the likes of Ness, who maybe by his senior year could be good enough to be a top guy? Dobson might be better now if he's a 3-star recruit. Ness is just 2 stars. Do I want either of them? I don't know. Ness, worth considering though. Very little improvement in the team. But again, that's to be expected until I can improve my attributes a bit. Alright, recruiting. Should be quick and easy this week. There's no recruiting points available. All scholarships are out. It's really just scouting. So let's just look at where we're at. Hennessy, so close to signing. Dobson's up there. Ness, not so much. I think I'm going to flip this, though. We're going to go 6 and 10. Broom looks like he's close to signing. Oof. Dickerson comes in and... Wait, we didn't finish, did we? Okay. Well, let's see what we get on Dickerson. Put in 10 points there. Did I get Bruno all the way? No. Okay, we'll do the same thing for Bruno. Okay, I think I already got both of these guys, yes? No. Okay, you have got a little bit left too. And we got everything on. Okay. I do feel like we might lose 1 or 2 of these guys. However, with a handful of weeks left, most of the recruits we're targeting, there's a good chance they're going to sign with us. A very good chance. So we're going to stick to our guns for now. We're going to get out there and simulate week 14. While that's doing, we're going to take a look at Houston, the number 1 team in the country, the last undefeated team in the land. Clemson, Florida, Oklahoma, UCLA, Ohio State, Oregon, Central Florida, all 1-loss teams. Fresno State, still a 1-loss team, of course. Nebraska back up, 10-2 this season. A lot of good records here. And no sign of Alabama. None. Wow. By the way, my recruiting class just jumped a lot. Let's take a look. Week 15, recruiting summary. Ray Escobar, free safety, 3-star guy. Okay, we've got Benjamin Hennessy, the one we've been after for a long, long time at running back. Sean Hamm, linebacker, that's one of the new ones we just started looking at. And William Herr. There's one of our defensive ends signed. We did lose Cormier, which kind of expected. but we were covered there, so it's okay. We lost Rojas. Ooh. Okay, that hurts. I need to get after a wide receiver as a replacement. And we lost Jack Barrett. Okay. So we got her, we got Ham, we got Hennessy, Escobar. This is such a better recruiting class than we had last season, at least in terms of current ability. A lot of 3-star guys. That's 9 3-star players. And 3 2-star players to go with it. But that is such an improvement. 12 in the class so far. That means we have 8 left to try to sign here with just a few weeks to go. Okay, so Dickerson, really good potential. Bruno, really good potential. Clark, average potential. A few more players improving. Let's go ahead and make some space here. Clear all. Recruit players. Let's look at our targets. We are going to have those few scholarships now. Now, we got the running back we wanted. Now, the question is, do I want a second? Ness has that high potential. He would be the one to go after. Dobson. Let Dobson go now that we got Hennessy. Let's go ahead. Okay. So we'll get after Ness. Leaves me 2. Clark still looks likely. Bruno, wow, Bruno, 97. That was fast too. Dickerson, 98. They're both likely to sign this week. Pittman's still just a 19. And Ole Miss is now stepping in and recruiting him, so he's held out like the whole season, which means wide receiver. I am desperate for a couple wide receivers. Oh gosh, right back to it, aren't I? I've got 1 tight end, but I really need another. So wide receiver and tight end, absolutely where I'm looking at this point. Wow, there's 1 5-star guy left. Yeah, you're being recruited, of course. How about we go with some distance here? 2-star guys. Am I at that point? I have no wide receivers signed. Do I take one that's a 2-star guy just to make sure I have somebody? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take all 3 of these guys and spend a bunch of scouting points on them, but not offer. Because I want a 3-star guy. Okay, here's 2. McNair, not being recruited. Okay, neither of them are being recruited, so they're the automatics. I'm going to go after both of them. Next week, I'll step in and take a look at tight end if, depending on how things go this week. All right, those guys are all signed. There's Pittman. All right. So 99 points. That's a lot. Schedule an interview for all of them. And we're going to spend 20 on each of these guys. I'm going to put it in offer to each of these two guys. 10 points. 10 points. I have 16 left. Do I split it up? Like a 5, 6, 5. And there's 34 left. Well, I'll go with the higher ranked guy. And then get a little bit on these two. Okay. If I can't get a wide receiver, we're in trouble. That's the bottom line at this point. Here's a big matchup. Florida FSU. Florida got the win on that one, by the way. Without looking. Conference championships. Mountain West. Boise State, Fresno State. Right now, top 4, Clemson. Houston still undefeated, but somehow Clemson above them. Florida and the Oregon Ducks. All right. Week 16. Recruiting summary. Oh, yes. Okay, wide receiver Carl Seaman signed instantly. Jeffrey Ness was ready to sign. Sean Pittman signed. So both wide receivers we went after signed right away. Dickerson signed. Bruno signed. Clark signed. And McNair signed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We lost Cody Scott, who we didn't have an offer in. But Gary Broom is gone. Restart guard, but we got Dickerson, so good thing I went after a second guard because we needed to sign one. So we got a guard. We got 2 wide receivers. I do have a center. Casillas signed a couple weeks ago. We got another defensive end. All that's left now is a tight end. One more tight end, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one. We'll see if I have any scholarships left. All of these guys committed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Seaman, above average. McNair, about average. Scott was the one who just signed with somebody else, right? About average, so that's okay. Still some training going on, so that's good. There was a little bit of improvement. Okay, it looks like scholarships. Okay, I do have one left. I do have one left. Let's look at recruiting targets. 2 wide receivers, and I don't need to go after them. Because I got my guys. What I need is a tight end. So let's go tight end. 3-star guys. Wow, this is a high recruit. Not being recruited by anyone. From New Jersey. That's a hard sell, but we might as well try, right? Okay, so Wilkins. 10 points. Offer, schedule, and 20 points. Got 6 points left to recruit. I suppose I can use it on these 2 other receivers. Put them at 8 each. Spend the rest of the points on them. And away we go. Okay, we'll check in all the conference championship games. Obviously, we are not in the bowl picture. Boise State won the Mountain West, 23-14. Houston, close game with UCF. Miami losing to Clemson in the ACC championship. Florida losing to LSU in the SEC championship. Michigan thumping Nebraska in the Big Ten. Oregon thumping UCLA. Former coach Chip Kelly now at the head of UCLA there. Marshall beating Rice for Conference USA. And TCU. Wow, TCU beating Oklahoma State in the Big 12. Tight game too, 45-35. Alright, so top 25 rankings right now. Clemson, Houston, U of O, and Michigan. It looks like that's the 4 teams that are going to be in the playoff. And let's see here, I guess. Let's get to it. Got a bunch of bowl games. Maybe we go one game at a time here, huh? Notre Dame, Miami. Are you gonna go that slow? Okay, Notre Dame gets the win. Close game. Florida. Ooh, wow, the Wheat Bowl. Florida and TCU. The 2 teams just missing out. TCU gets the win. Next 2 teams just missing out. UCLA, Oklahoma. UCLA winning big. Wisconsin, Virginia Tech. Oklahoma State. USC at just 7-5. It's a tall order for them. They actually kept it close until the 4th. Georgia Tech, Texas. Texas winning that one, 38-13. Stanford. Michigan State. Close game. Michigan State winning it, though. No scores in the 4th besides 1 field goal. LSU, Nebraska. LSU taking that one by a good margin. Here's Ohio State taking on Auburn. And winning by 10. Ole Miss, Louisville. And that's Louisville to win that one. Marshall. Getting down into the lesser games now. I wonder if I could try to... No. want to get to the big games, and I can't get to them yet. Difficult matchup for Florida State, but they win it over Central Florida. Utah, Wake Forest. Two struggling teams in that one. Wake Forest won. Surprised Penn State's not ranked at 9-3, but they lose to Boston College. Here's Alabama, 8-4, beating up on Baylor. Georgia also not ranked at 8-4. They are now, though. South Carolina. Another team surprised to not see them ranked. There's Fresno State taking on Washington State. Record certainly favors Fresno State, and they win it. Great second half, 28 points. A&M versus Missouri. Navy into a bowl game with an 8-4 record. Take on the Wolfpack. Cincinnati crushes BYU in that game. Northern Illinois losing to Western Kentucky. Good for them to get into a bowl game. Ball State. Definitely down into the small bowl games here. Oregon State back up. That is a team that has really, really struggled the last few seasons. They got to a bowl game. They couldn't win it, though. Come on, we want to get to the national championship matchups here. I am late to the bottom of the list, but I might have skipped something. Two 5-7 teams. Wow, that's shouldn't be bowl eligible. Here's another 5-7 matchup. Okay, there were some that I missed. Here's Hawaii. They won their game. And Boise State taking on Arizona State. Winning a close one. Alright, finally. No. Not finally. What's left? Is that it for that week? No! I didn't want that. I wanted to watch. Well, that's not cool, but okay, I guess that works. Wow, what a game. Houston and Oregon, 62-59 overtime game. Houston into the national championship, and Clemson absolutely beats up on Michigan, so there was really only one game to watch there. Oh my goodness, look at that. White for Oregon, 38 of 48, 683 yards, 8 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. How did they lose that game with those kind of numbers? Well, clearly a major shootout. Now, have we changed our week at all? Nope. Back out there. One final game. Top 2 teams in the nation, Houston and Clemson. And this year's national champion is... Working. Please wait. ... Loading. Who's it gonna be? It's Houston, the state undefeated. Wow, and pretty comfortable in the end. It was Oregon who really took it to them, and not so much Clemson. 51-28. Yeah, look at how different these stats are here. 369 yards through the air in the national championship. That is so different from the semifinal. All right, so 1 week of recruiting is left, but it's going to push on to awards, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I'll do that last little bit off camera as I am out of time. That brings us to the end of the season with a whopping 1-11 record. But as I head into next season, I very much look forward to a better recruiting class coming in and a continued increase in attributes. Maybe we can climb away from the half star. But that's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.